See, this life no balance. As much as I talk shit about startup companies, I know that there are times whereby you have no choice but to stay in a particular job because your survival is dependent on that job. Don't listen to all those nepo babies that tell you to just quit instantly when you know that you have house rent to pay and you have bills to pay. But you must also take into consideration your mental health, and it's always important for you to plan your way to get out. And within the time where you're still planning to get out, there are certain things that you can do within your workplace that would help you cushion the effect of being in a toxic environment, and I'm about to read them out to you, so stay tuned. Number one, being the most hardworking staff. Look, if you're in a toxic environment, in a toxic startup, what you should do is appear to be the most hardworking. Don't necessarily be the most hardworking. Appear to be the most hardworking. Always look tired. The moment you let them know that you're really, really hardworking, they'll keep dumping you with more work. If you show yourself as someone who has everything together, you can do all the work in the world, you're a Jackie, they're not going to promote you and increase your salary and none of that. Now, what they will do is just bombard you with more work, while the others who are not working and actually look like they're working will continue getting praised, and somehow they will not be giving them work, they'll be giving you more work. So don't aspire to be the most hardworking. Just try to appear like you're working. Number two is being friends with other employees. Look, there are times whereby you can make great friendship in workplaces. It has happened to me. The thing you need to understand about working in a toxic environment is that there are chances are your boss is a very chronic manipulator, and those employees, in spite of the fact that they might have good intention towards you, they can easily be put in a situation where your boss manipulates them and uses them against you. And because you've shared certain things with them, taking them as friends, it will just come back and haunt you. Yes, it can turn out very, very messy. So what you want to do is, in the workplace, you want to keep things cordial as possible. Yes, be friendly, but make sure it's surface level and nothing deep. I don't care what your boss says. No matter what he says, never have that our company mindset. Do not for one split second, think that this company is yours, that you own a share of the company, even if your boss has promised you a certain amount of shares in the next 2 or 3 years. Do not have that mindset. Always remember that this is not your company, because when push comes to shove, your boss would always remind you that you are nothing but an employee. And remember that and keep that in your head as you continue to plan your way to get out of there and fly solo. Do not throw other employees under the bus. Like your boss will try to put other employees against you, and try as much as you can not to throw other employees under the bus, because he would eventually put others in the same position where they will do that to you. And another thing is, nothing lasts in this kind of companies. You can be fired tomorrow, you can be fired yesterday, and you don't even know itself. And these people that you have that are your co-workers are the same people that might even help you out when you get fired. They could recommend you to someone because they know how skilled you are. Yes, you don't want to take them as friends, but at the same time, you don't want to make enemies out of your co-workers. Just don't do that. Your boss is not worth it. And the last and most important rule: do not tell the truth. The way you select dirt from beans when you're trying to pick beans, that's the same way you should select your words when you're about to answer. You see that we don't judge challenge that they were doing in offices last year. You had better not get involved if you're working in a toxic environment. You had better make sure that every single answer you're giving to your boss is very diplomatic. Very diplomatic. Don't tell the truth. Your boss is telling you that you should come to the office for the week. You should come to the office during the weekend. And you're telling your boss, no, sir, I just want to relax. Relax what? You're better tell him that something urgent happened to your family, and that's why you have to go. You see, in toxic environments and with toxic CEOs, the truth would always be used against you. They would lie, they will manipulate you. They lie all the time, they manipulate all the time. So why in the hell do they deserve the truth? Even when it comes to your work, you want to be very diplomatic with your answers. Never tell the truth when you're working in a toxic environment. Make sure you say what you're supposed to say in order to protect yourself from already aimed ammunitions that are pointing towards you, that have been set and put in place by your toxic boss. Now, in spite of all of this, the one thing you should always be doing is continue to look for better opportunities. If you cannot fly solo and start looking for how to set up yourself to be working online, then make sure you're always updating your CVs. Make sure you're learning the courses you're supposed to be learning. Make sure you're upgrading your skills, and make sure you're looking for better opportunities out there. The most important thing you should always do every single day when you're working in a toxic environment is trying to get the F out of there. I hope with these few points of mine, I've been able to convince and not to confuse you that once you work in a toxic environment, your mental health is going to take a hit. And that you should always try to protect yourself by using some of these tactics. And that the most important thing of all is for you to find a way to get out of there. Either you stand on your own and fly solo, or you find better opportunities. There are other better opportunities out there. There are other companies that are well organized, that are standard, that take care of their staff, and they do not defy labor laws. You can look out for those companies. If you want more tips on how to survive in a toxic environment, or red flags you should avoid in a toxic environment, or what you should do in order to get out of a toxic environment, like standing on your own, flying solo, whether it's getting into digital marketing, affiliate marketing, and what have you, then you can follow me. Comment on this video so it goes viral, so people can learn from it. Share to whoever needs it. Like, and keep the engagement going up. Also, it is very important for you to share your story. If you have any other tips that you use in order to protect yourself when you're working in a toxic environment, kindly share it in the comment section so others can learn from you as well. Thank you. See you in the next video.